Okay, thank you, Madam Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters. My speech tonight is how to influence change through positive action rather than through negative protest. So T is for Tony. I was accosted by some of my friends this week because I didn't attend the March and March campaigns, which were the protests about our current government and their, everybody's growing disapproval for what some of the decisions that are being made. Apparently 30,000 people attended a march in Melbourne, and what frustrated me most about this is that it was only 30,000 people. 90,000 people go to watch a football match. So what that immediately tells me is that people either don't know what's going on, they either don't care what's going on, or they actually support Tony Abbott. T is for Tony. I'll be honest, I don't really follow politics much. I avoid the news, I avoid any type of negative media coverage. I believe that our mainstream media and our social media just is fear-mongering, and I just find that it just feeds into us everything that pretty much stops us doing what we're meant to be doing and stops us from acting in any type of positive way. I don't believe it's right to be apathetic. I just feel that it's time, that it's no use trying to keep fighting a cause. It's actually to just try and find a different way of doing what we've always been doing. In my opinion, the media does control a lot of things. They support the Liberal government they supported the Liberal government hugely in their political campaign, but now it's the same media that is now devaluing our leader, they're criticising him, and they're really enabling us as a collective to just all focus on the negative. So there are lots of negatives, but if we could imagine for 1 minute that Tony Abbott and our whole government was just a struggling little child looking for love in all the wrong places. And if we as a collective of voters, being both Liberal, Labor and the Greens, all just united and showed support for a leader that our nation actually did vote in. Now, let me just go back to the struggling child. I just believe that no matter how much you tell a naughty child that they're bad or that what they're doing is no good, you're never going to inspire them to be any different. So doing that will only really create more harmful energy and more negative impacts. Deep down, I believe that the struggling child doesn't even think they can make a change at all, and they're happy to make a little change because that's the best they could do in the situation they were given. What I just believe is that, we need to show everybody that we can be united and that we can support the leader that our country voted in. Now, when I say support, I don't necessarily mean agree with what they're doing, but it's just trying to, sort of accept the situation that we've got and then just start listening to our national voice instead of all arguing amongst ourselves, which is what I feel these sorts of campaigns do tend to generate. So if we think for a moment of our country as a bit of a high school community, and all of the parents are against the headmaster. They don't like him, he's lost control of the school. And while they're all focusing on the headmaster, the teachers are actually abusing the kids. And this is just a really negative way, but in a way it's like we're all focusing on the leader and we're not looking at the negativity that's happening around him, the ones that are really causing him harm. So I really would like to think that once our leaders really feel our support, that they would actually be inspired to make positive social change. And that means that we should all be involved and engaged and active in what they're actually trying to do and focus on the positive things they're trying to do. And let's just look at the negatives and go, yeah, that was a bad decision, let's just put it aside and let's just try and work with the positives that you've got. We were having this, when my friends were having a go at me about not going, we talked about when you watch the Parliament House on television and everyone's acting like crazy children. I tell you, these people are crazy. Like, they've got a job that nobody cares about. Really, they're there trying to make a difference, and who really ever watches that stuff? Who really says to them, yeah, you're doing a good job, or we want to listen? Could you imagine being in a role and a job like that, with that much responsibility, and really knowing deep down that nobody actually gives a shit? I believe that every person that sits in Parliament House at one point or another actually thought that they could make a difference. And it really is our role as a community to say, we believe in you, we believe you can do it, and we're going to give you our support even if we don't necessarily always agree with what you're trying to say. I just feel that if we can really just start acknowledging what they're trying to do and just be united, because I believe that it's time for us as a community to start empowering that little child and just make them realise that they can be capable, intellectual, decisive and inspiring in everything they're trying to do. Thank you.